As you may know, Brocade is a company in the networking space. Like, if you guys are from IT, which I guess most of us are, we provide the solutions around data center and networking space, storage area network. A few things about us: specialize in gigabit, 100 gigabyte Ethernet. Fiber channel over Ethernet is our specialty. We are the backbone behind the data center networks. Now, we, like any other customer, Brocade also uses Salesforce, Sales Cloud, and we started looking into opportunity to use support module of Sales Cloud. And that's the time it came. We have to pump millions of records from our Oracle applications to Sales Cloud, as well as support module of the Sales Cloud. There was a need for us to revisit how should we be integrating our cloud application with on-premise, and there's a constant data flow that goes across a slew of applications. So we were tasked to look at, hey, can we have a solution which can solve the data integration problems, be it a Salesforce on the cloud or be it any cloud application with on-premise. It could be from cloud to cloud as well. So we were supposed to build up an architecture pattern around the solution. The tool has to be easy. It doesn't have to be BI-driven like Informatica is. Informatica is mostly used by BI folks, as far as I understand. So we were looking for ease of use that could be used by people who are not from BI background, just a simple IT background, and it should be able to support bidirectional data flow. This is the use case that we had to look into cloud as a solution, Informatica Cloud as a solution. And obviously Informatica Cloud came out with the flying colors, and I haven't been coding since few years, but I was able to implement it on a POC. So I had a POC developed for our executive team to sell this. And it was very well taken. Now the architecture, what do we have in Brocade? We have Oracle ERP as our finance, operations, order management, supply chain hosting modules. We have an Agile, which is our product lifecycle management tools. We have a custom application for workforce optimization. We also have a data warehouse, which has reporting needs for all the applications. Then we have sales module as well as support module on the Salesforce, and our task was to get data out of Salesforce and get data into Salesforce. Hence, there was a need to stage the data into staging environment, and we could mask certain data if there was a need in staging. And we can also control the data level access that we want to give to different teams within IT. There's a firewall, as I would guess every data center in today's world has. So we install the secure agent, which is the core of Informatica Cloud inside the data center, and that's where the data flow happens through secure agent. Now, the Salesforce, if you want to push data or pull data, secure agent is the one which pulls data. Your Informatica Cloud application only does user admin. It keeps the credentials of all the source and target applications. It has a task scheduler. Our information security team was very paranoid about, before we sign on to any cloud application, in today's world, data is the key, and we wanted to make sure there is no data that is hosted on Informatica Cloud, be it Salesforce, be it my custom applications or ERP. So it was confirmed there's no data stored on cloud except the user administration credentials of that nature. And we have an inbound schema within Salesforce. Whatever data comes from Salesforce, we load into our inbound schema within this staging database. Then, depending on what kind of need it is, service request goes to workforce optimization, failure analysis data goes to product lifecycle management, and everything goes to BI because BI is our reporting module. And here we were intending to use, we could use Informatica Cloud also. We continued to use Power Center because we had a code which was already implemented for this purpose. But for use case purpose, you could use Informatica Cloud for this transformation within Data Center as well. As a POC, I did use Informatica Cloud. We had loaded, millions of entitlements records from ERP to Salesforce for our initial implementation. And the reason we got here is, we ran into issues with data loader of Salesforce. It was a mess. We couldn't do what we were trying to achieve using Informatica. And there's a two-way directional flow between our inbound staging database to Salesforce. And you could schedule it the way it demands. We do use a little bit of reporting only for our service module of the Salesforce, but as far as my sales module goes, everything comes out of our BI. So 90% of the reporting comes out of BI. Since service module is fairly new, certain people who are getting onto the service module of Salesforce, they do part of the reporting from Salesforce, but majority comes out of our BI data warehouse instance. We're using it for our reporting, and we are using it for consumption for other applications as well. And another thing is we are also discussing to implement this with our MDM so that, we have accounts in Salesforce, we have customers in ERP, we have our own MDM. How do we integrate that using Informatica Cloud? That discussion is going on. So the biggest challenge that I had before we implemented Informatica Cloud is selling this to our security group. Like I was mentioning earlier, we had to make sure how do we control the number of connections that goes from Informatica Cloud to be it Salesforce, Sales Module, Service Module, Oracle ERP, PLM. We also have some HR data there. So a lot of sensitive data. We have to make sure everybody doesn't have access to every source or target. So it does manages that well. No application data is stored in the cloud. All passwords are encrypted. Data communication, it's 128-bit encryption is there. And another thing is, we are an Informatica shop, so I do have Power Center developers, but this was also used by my ERP team, middleware team, and PLM team. So all of the teams which doesn't know anything about Informatica, they could use it, within a few days. I have people using from offshore. I have people using on-site. So it's a good mix. It does serve the need of complete IT data integration at this point of time.